Dun 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 dun
About
dun
time
dun
for
dun
somebody's
dun
favorite
dun
radio
dun dun
program.
dun dun.
Holy Testicle Tuesday!
Was the most important day of your life. But for me, it was Tuesday.
Tuesday.
It was Tuesday.
Is it? Is it frozen for everybody else?
Yep.
Did it freeze on Tuesday? What happened?
Yes, it froze on Tuesday.
But for
So
me,
It
So, like,
froze
oh,
on Tuesday.
come on.
Froze
There's
on
some irony
Tuesday.
with that. There's some irony with it freezing on Tuesday. All right. Well, there you go. Welcome, folks. Welcome to Talk Hard. We're just going to jump right into some fun talk because that's way more fun. I don't know what's going on. Who knows? Is it Pops? Is it Evie Mux? Who knows? Do we really care? So I still think I'm a little loud, though. Let me try to turn it down just again. How's everybody doing out there? Talk hard, man. Let's do it. Let's talk on Tuesday. Hope everybody's doing good. Blues Brothers, man. This movie's a blast. Movie's a blast. Movie's a blast. Squeeka's been laughing since before we heard from her again.
God, this
So,
movie was
yeah.
wild, y'all. I thought Gremlins took the cake. This movie was wild.
Oh yeah, there's way worse than Gremlins. Gremlins just got a couple crazy scenes. This movie is nuts from start to finish. Yeah, we got a couple others that we've been talking about. Dragnet. Yeah, we've been trying to click them off, spread them out a little bit. So,
Oh, but I loved the
All right.
blues too, so it was like, yes.
Cast,
Music in this is so
you got to show
great.
the knuckles. You've come ready to go. Cast.
Can I do
It's
my
the
two
best.
middle fingers as an E and an R?
We're just gonna get your two middle fingers on camera. Yeah, it'd be great. Oh goodness gracious.
You gotta lean into it.
This is definitely going to be a punch drunk kind of fun stream for sure because this has been a fun one. Tweak, when did you message us that you were having a blast with this movie? Was this in the middle of the movie where you were like, "It's wild, folks"? When did that message actually happen?
Oh my god! Maybe at 45 minutes in, an hour in, like not even halfway through. Like it was not even. Like,
You made it all worthwhile for us.
was it the church scene? I think it might.
Oh
have
my
been.
gosh, the church scene. Yeah, I have a church story too.
Yes. Well, I grew up. I started Catholic, and then I went to like a Black Baptist church, and I was like, guys, this is the way to go. So it's just
So much fun. You're like, oh, dude, this is so much fun.
And the best part is then you go to like this small town Southern Baptist church, and so I was doing all the things that I learned in the Baptist church previous. They do not. No, they look at you like, why are you on the floor? Why are you shaking like that? Why are you? The best part was going from Catholic to a Black Baptist church, and this little old lady, she looked at girl, honey, you get up off your knees. We don't do that here.
Yeah, what are you doing down there? Yeah, we actually went to the baby dedication this weekend, and it's a Black church that my daughter works at. So I'm just dancing and grooving, man. I'm at home. You guys know I joke all the time. I'm not white. I'm clear. This is me. I'm way more comfortable in that environment. The Pentecostal in me, hooping, hollering. Yeah.
Yes,
So
it's a good time.
It was a good time. It's good, and that's what it's going to be, man. And that pastor was legit too because he made a comment about
Brown, y'all. Oh
Yeah,
my god.
yeah.
You know what? So we were watching this last night, and Eris goes, "Who is that?" I'm like, "That's James Brown." Who's that? And I was like,
Man. Have you ever watched Get On Up, Loki?
"Oh yeah."
Oh yeah. She needs to watch Get On Up, and that's a Chadwick Boseman performance. We need to do like a 10
is that
performances that no one ever talks about. We'll save that one, Squeeka. We need to talk about 10 performances no one talks about, like it didn't get Oscar nominated. No one. Chadwick Boseman as James Brown is magnificent. He is fantastic. The movie's like okay, so it's fine, but his performance is great. So, all right, listen, everybody came rolling up in here because this Loki guy was live earlier today. So look at him rolling in here, Marcus.
Glad I could send everybody over.
Jacob was over here a while ago, kicking in the door. Loki's setting the place on fire like a boss. That's how you roll, man. Snorty's got the door open for you people, making sure, doing a thing.
As long as it's not
misrepresenting.
as long as it's not the penguin's door. We keep that door closed.
She closes it herself, yo.
Yeah, that's
Closes
right.
herself. And she floated backwards. I wish I could have seen
Oh my
Squeaka's face.
god! You should see Beard of Liberty's comment because he was. Oh my god!
Memes is in the house. What's going on, brother? Trying to get through all these great comments. So, Beard says, watch the Squeeka. Movie is already wild, right? But her reactions made it all better. I have no idea. Beard, I really wish we could just record the audio track. We can just read. I mean, Loki and I would have to edit it for a year so we could get it through copyright claims. We'd figure out some mechanism of Squeeka Live. Squeeka Live would be monetized within a couple days.
I was dancing in my chair. I was singing almost every song. I would stop. I was like, guys, y'all, this is wild.
Yeah. Hey, Claude. Great to see you, man. Hope you're doing all right. So, yeah, everybody's hanging out. Here's Fred. Fred's hanging out. What makes Blues Brothers a classic? It isn't just about the siblings who want to save their childhood orphanage, but about family and friendship. It runs deep and sideways, man. Movie's great. It gets better every single time.
It does seem funny to me, thinking about it, that this is fundamentally one of those general plot tropes that we saw many a time out of the 80s. We gotta save the community center. We gotta go save the orphanage. We gotta go save the church. And we gotta go have hijinks along the way.
We gotta get our asses whooped by a penguin.
That's the best, man. He actually threw his back out, being thrown down the freaking steps like that in that little tiny desk. I'm like, yeah, you did. Why did he do his own stunt? That's completely insane.
They let him. They let him. That's the crazy thing. They let him.
Now, to be fair, though, he was on so much cocaine, he probably thought that was a really good idea.
Yeah. Have you heard the story about they went through over 100 pairs of glasses because he would just get another pair for nearly every freaking scene. He didn't know where he was. So then they were sold. I saw one on there's a professional movie prop place in the UK. They sold a pair of his glasses for I don't know, 5,000 pounds, like 10 grand. There's 100 of those freaking jokers running around somewhere, man. Who's got all these freaking glasses? Because they're out there.
Did you hear the story about how they had to go and find him?
Yeah, he just wandered
around. John would just wander off the set.
Yep.
Wandered into this lady's house.
Yep.
Knocked on the door and was like, "Can I have a sandwich?" And she was like, "Yeah, come on in, sweetheart." And he ate his sandwich, passed out on the couch, and they were going
knock on the door.
Yeah. And they had to go find his ass because he was so screwed up.
Yeah. Yeah, he and Aykroyd were doing so much coke, and
Then he asked for 4 fried chickens.
Yeah.
And a Coke. 5 fried
and
chickens.
A Coke.
Dry slice
and 5 shrimp cocktails.
Got to see Pops dancing. Hey, listen, for the right price, Beard, you never know. You never know. Catholic, because the scene where the Jake is walking on the slammer, he says the light is if he's being let out of heaven. Yeah, a little bit. A lot of metaphor, a lot of great stuff. So,
yeah, the cinematography was awesome, despite it being so freaking hilarious. I mean, I love it. Y'all, why have I not seen it before? I love this movie.
Yeah, that's an old school cut, deep cut there too, Slasher, for people that would actually know who Shaka Khan is. But there you go. Yes.
It really is one of those movies that everyone needs to see at least once.
And there is a director's cut.
Extra 15 minutes or so.
Yep.
This movie's long. It's so the idea they were. So all right, so let's set the stage a little bit for Blues Brothers. I know this is Ironcaster. I'm sure you've played caught up with trivia. Squeeka, we're old enough to remember this happening. So I'm not sure you do. So I know you're such a young, beautiful young mouse. You may not remember this, but at the time, John Belushi had starred in Animal House, which is the #1 movie in the country. The album for Blues Brothers is the #1 selling album. And of course, he's on Saturday Night Live, the #1 TV show at the time. There is no one bigger. Elvis is the only one I could think of, Loki, that's on the scale of this moment for Belushi. Obviously, it's not perpetuated very long, but Elvis is the only one. Maybe the Beatles had a moment where they were that big at that moment, but I can't really fathom that. And then to go, oh, we're just going to make Blues Brothers. Oh, okay, cool. Let's just do that. So crazy.
Yeah, this was back when SNL actually promoted making good movies. Who would have thought that? National Lampoons and man, there's so many good movies that came out of SNL back in the day. It's hard to believe that they are what they are now, but this was hot, like you said, hottest TV show. He was on the hottest TV show. He was in the biggest movies. He had a huge soundtrack with Dan Aykroyd. They even had their own. They even bought their own liquor company.
Yep.
They were getting in to make their own liquor, and Dan Aykroyd still owns that. My favorite vodka is Skull Vodka. It comes in a crystal skull that you can buy. It's great stuff, triple distilled. Tastes great. It's one of the only liquors I can still drink that I have in my liquor cabinet, even though I only drink like once or twice a year now. But I immediately go to that. Why? Because it's got a sweet taste to it. So.
See, I thought you just bought it because you love the Indiana Jones movie.
No.
We'll talk about that movie.
We don't. Yeah,
we don't know. Beard, I'm shocked. You hate the sequel that much? I don't know that I've watched the sequel more than once, so I'm not sure. But
I've seen it once or twice. It's all right. John Goodman is not.
It just can't.
Good replacement.
Just can't do it.
No.
Watching Princess Leia like shoot a bazooka at the Bruce Brothers is freaking great, man.
I'm just saying, favorite part of the entire movie is you know what part towards the end of the movie where for the only time Jake is like, and she just melts.
Squeeka, you know, had to laugh out loud because you've seen Loki do this now for like 3 weeks.
There was so many things that sunk in. I was like, oh my god.
Yeah, so good.
The weird part is seeing him do that, and then like Loki's face transfigures over him.
Yeah, you guys didn't see that. Pops like overlaid my face over John's for that scene, and I was like, "Holy crap, that is the best."
Yeah. I'd have to.
Pops was the nun, the penguin.
Yeah, I have to find a way to share the Twitter page. I didn't upload those. I could.
Squeeka was Aretha Franklin.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's true. Like, Beard said the part where Carrie Fisher just sitting in the car and then she whips out this bazooka, and I was like out loud, "What?"
Yeah. Well, there's a shot where they cut to the nail salon, and she's there doing her nails, and she's reading the book on how to use the flamethrower.
Yes, I commented about that too. Trust me,
so
I commented a lot. And the name of her salon was Curl Up and Die.
Curl Up and Die.
It's like, yes, girl, get it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And she wanted to kill him so bad, and all he had to do was take them shades off and smile at her. And she was like, "Oh, baby." And then he leaves her laying there, and he's like, "Let's go."
I mean, I feel that because Beard could do that to me, and I would be like, "Oh, babe."
Oh, babe. Mm-hmm. There it
Guys,
is.
you know what I'm talking about. You know. The ladies know too.
All right, let's see if we can just upload.
I'm no lady.
Let's see if we can just upload. Here, we'll do Squeaka's first. Have some fun with that. Let's see. Where'd it go? Yeah, it was so much fun. And then to know Squeaka was just having so much fun with it just makes the world just a better place, I think.
Oh, it was wild.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go.
It was fun. I mean, to me the movie was wild, but you'd have. I mean, Beard would know how wild it was watching. But
you better
think.
I
freaking love this movie, y'all. Why have I not seen it before? Oh my god, I've been missing out, y'all.
So which one of the musical acts was the biggest surprise for you to see out of this thing?
Shoot.
If you gotta pick just one performance, which one would you
the one that caught me the most by surprise is at the end when they're on the stage and they do that weird costume change for the, oh gosh, what was his name?
Minnie the Moochie?
Yes.
Oh, it's Cab Calloway. Yeah.
Cab
Yeah.
Calloway.
Where they go back to like the cabana style dress, and I'm like, wait, where did this come from? But I was in it. I was invested, and then it flashes back to them now, and I was like, guys, I was ready.
Yeah, it's like how they see themselves and how they're performing versus what reality is in this moment. But it's so beautifully done, and yeah, it just makes you just want to watch that show. Yeah, it's so great.
You
The
would
whole thing, it's like a musical. I mean, they just would break out in song whenever. Oh, and the Ray Charles bit. Oh my God. Sorry. I love the blues, y'all. I'm sorry. I'll shut up now. Sorry.
Ray Charles. Here's Ray. Yeah. It was tough for them to figure out how to, because not all the musicians knew how to do film. So Ray just had to record. So there's all these, like, how they work with each artist was completely different. Lip syncing and recording and doing their different scenes. And yeah, when Ray shoots at that poor kid and just makes you just, oh my gosh.
He whips it out. I was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Naturally, I got taken IOU.
Naturally.
All right, let's get we got to do a little bit of chat.
My favorite character was the bassist that was puffing that pipe like the whole time, playing that bass, puffing that pipe. I'm like, you get it, boy, you get it.
Squeeka's like, what? Oh yeah, Dwayne. Every time they show the apartment, the train goes by. Anytime they cut to the window, the train goes by. Every single time.
The thing is, you see Carrie Fisher like reading the manuals and how to like handle the flamethrower. You see her like studying all this stuff because presumably she knew this is the day that he's being let out of prison. Let out of prison. So the only place he's gonna be going is to his brother's.
Oh man, the look that she has too.
No, but it's.
She has.
Yep.
Good night. Whew.
For anybody who doesn't think she was a princess, she grew up like Hollywood royalty. So if anybody knows how to be an absolute total bitch or a brat, sorry, Pops, it's her. I guarantee you the genes were there from birth for her to give you that look.
Yeah, her and Jamie Lee Curtis, man. They have a look. They have a feel that's completely different than some of these other actresses that you just... That's what you get. It's Hollywood royalty, man. They have celebrity rich parents, and yeah. Some great comments, folks out there. Can't get to all those, so I won't be able to get back. I want to circle back to some of the great moments. You mentioned Ray Charles. I've never not loved the musical part. I always sort of grew up on it. And I was like 4 or 5 years old. My mom would let me change the 45s on the record player. So I kind of grew up in a world where Motown and Aretha were like, this is what I grew up on, right? So this movie where I got to see her on a big screen and got to get a good feel for her sass. I mean, I was so in love with Aretha. I thought she was just the coolest lady. Just, man, I don't know. And so every time I hear Think, man, I'm taken back to that experience. So trust me, it was with some mad respect, Squeeka, when I did this. I was like, yeah, that was why that was out of love. So then I think it was it Ironcaster or was it Loki made the penguin comments?
Oh, that was me.
That was Ironcaster.
Yeah.
I was like, well, because who would you be going after for swearing quite so much?
It's you, because you dropped the F-bomb on this show, by the way. It's only you. He's never dropped an F-bomb. Just so we're completely clear, no matter all the swearing. No, it's like, I get it, man. I get it. It does track. It does track with me and the habit. So there you go, chat. But you never thought you'd have to see that nonsense, huh?
The whole scene, I couldn't stop laughing. Like, they scooted up in the desks, and then they start talking, and they just keep getting walloped, and then going down. Oh my God, I couldn't help it. I couldn't.
Screw it.
Yeah. So it was super good, and of course,
I'll forget the money. You said no, so I said, "Looks like you're up shit creek." Ow!
And that is totally Pops when. Oh yeah, there we go.
can't.
I mean, that's crazy, isn't it? How good that can be. Not every photo will work. I tried Ironcaster a couple times, and they just won't work. And it was the way the beard was working on the Blues Boys' faces. And
Oh shit. I love that. That's my favorite scene in the whole damn movie is that scene. Because the first time I saw that, I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna do that one day. And I have. That is like, oh shit, I'm in trouble.
And he just dumps her in the mud. I was like, yeah.
Let's go.
I know.
Oh shit.
I love it. It's great how it's like these guys just kind of seemingly go around everywhere, and everything just kind of works out, so they're getting always just ahead. You know, the music's playing, so their music's playing, so they're kind of sneaking along right to the music. They're gonna, you know, guys are getting caught, so they're able to get away. Their luck is always keep them just ahead of everyone else.
Well, they're on a mission from God, so of course it's going to work out.
Oh yeah, you're right.
We're on a mission from God.
God, Gawd.
We're on a mission from God.
Oh my
God.
God.
As Arius says it.
Wait,
oh
before we get to the country
God.
bar, I have a confession that. So Mrs. Potts she would verify this. So yeah, I know people love that line about being on a mission from God. I quote regularly from the Carrie Fisher scene where they get back in the car, right? 200 miles to Chicago, full tank of gas, half a pack of cigarettes.
105 miles to Chicago.
Dark outside, got her sunglasses on, hit it. And she can't even look at me like she just, because I'll say it. She's like, when's the last time you watched Blues Brothers? Every time I say it, like, same thing. It's like when I quote, it's like, yeah, I love that line. It caught me off guard in the moment, and I've loved it to this day. One of my
I don't know, Pops.
Parts.
Does it have cop suspension? Does it have cop tires?
I wish I could get a cop car. I should have bought one back in the day. I'm so stupid. I bought like a real car when I was like in high school, and I should have just bought a used cop car. It would have lasted so much longer.
You should have. So back my very first car, I didn't have a lot of money, and I've spent $500 on a K5 State Trooper Blazer, and it had a supercharged 350 small block that would not run when I had it towed into my parents' garage. The floorboards were rotted out. So it didn't have floorboards in the front. It was a mess. But I worked on that car all summer. And when I was done with it, I'm literally had my dad almost take a shit in it. Because when we launched, he was like, I've never felt anything like that since I got out of the Navy and stopped flying planes. And I was like, good. It's a cop car, cop engine, cop tires, cop brakes, cop shocks.
But did you jump a bridge in it?
No, but I jumped some train tracks. I jumped some train tracks and thought I lost the motor in the trainee back on the train tracks. That was fun.
All right. $2 from Norporio. He's over in Japan right now. Says, I'm homesick. Nelson Funeral Home is by me. Oh, man. Yeah, you're in Chicago. So that's just got to be one of those. Norporio, if I ever visit, it's going to be like, listen, I'm here, but let's go around and see some of the locations, please. For all of these movies that I love so much that are in Chicago.
Enjoy Japan.
Yeah.
You got to drive through them, Pops. Drive through them.
Oh, yeah, the mall. Mall got demolished, though. And 2008 or so. Yeah. Yeah.
I think the only store in there that Eris recognized was Pier 1. When they're like, Pier 1 Imports. Everything else, she was like, what the hell is that? What the hell is that? Until the end when he Sears. But there isn't like one shop that was in there that she recognized.
Yeah, there's not a lot that has survived. It's emotional. I look around and feel like I'm at home. I watch movies where I see an Orange Julius in the background. I'm like, I miss Orange Julius. I need some. So
I think we still have some here in the mall here. We still have
one.
They took them out of Dairy Queen.
I think we still have one at the mall near me.
Did you have a little drive-through at the mall?
I'm about to. No, I'm just kidding. It looked
I got everything here.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Absolute baller move.
Yeah. So much good stuff in this movie too. Yeah, some really great stuff with that band for sure. Great references in the chat. You guys are amazing. For sure. So, okay. So where did we want to go? Did we want to touch, just briefly go back again? I think we talked more, before the show than we did during the show about the glory that is the Black Church and James Brown. Because it's just tremendous. It's just tremendous. And he become bigger between this and his album that comes out after this. And it was like my whole life was like these people had always existed. I didn't understand a time before James Brown and Aretha Franklin. So it's like, okay, you're in this movie too. And then they're going to do, everything else that they sing and do. Oh my gosh. Beard Squeeka had to just be the best.
I'm revisiting the whole movie. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Do you believe? Do you see the light?
They were like doing the flip.
I see it. I see the light.
Jumping up in the air. Get it, boy. I was like, get it. That whole scene. I was like, oh Lord, hallelujah.
I know. So much. Me too. I'm ready to start dancing just watching that. And then this great reference, Beard. Great reference. Orange whip, orange whip, orange whip. Yeah, 3 orange whips. And the cop just leaves to go get orange whip. It's not a waitress. And it was all ad lib, not on the script. And orange whip just happened to be this thing. John Candy, man, making his mark. Fantastic. So fantastic. So
Pee Wee Herman's in this too.
I
the waiter.
It.
Yeah.
I was like, is that Pee Wee Herman? Yes.
Paul Rubens before he was Pee Wee Herman.
Yeah.
He's one of the waiters at the restaurant.
Oh my God! How much for the women?
How much for your wife? I want to buy your wife.
On the women, your daughters and your wife.
Your daughters and your wife.
Quintessential.
We're gonna come here for breakfast and lunch and dinner.
That is the quintessential Belushi. Man, that is just him in a tee. Don't think he's ever acting. Think that's just him.
Yeah, that's just him.
Oh my God! Really?
What?
Oh my! Like the flips and like that's just the way he was normally.
Oh yeah. That's why Chris Farley. That's why Chris Farley idolized him. So God. Chris Farley grew up watching him and just was like, I'm gonna do everything he did. That's why Chris Farley did all that crazy shit on SNL and all that, because that was all Belushi doing the backflips and doing the stunts and doing all the crazy shit and I want your women. All of that was like if you go to Animal House when he's like, I'm a zit. All that's him. That's all improv. That's all old school. The way they did shit back then was just like, if you got something funny, just do it and give it to us. And if we like it, we'll keep it.
Confession, I've never seen SNL. Go
back and Google. Just go to YouTube and Google some SNL Belushi. Do like the Killer Bees or him doing Joe Cocker, and you can just see the fear. It was just insane, the stuff he did, and that's before you get to the Samurai.
Yeah, the Turbo Samurai.
Oh yeah, sandwiches and just the Sandwich Guy Samurai. It's just you're gonna die. Squeaka's gonna pee herself laughing.
I almost did so many times. I had to go pee so bad, but I wouldn't 100%. Pause the movie.
We actually, I think Loki and I were thinking that this movie might give her the piss jitters. We thought this might be the one. We thought this might be the one. We Dragnet had to be close, but we thought this one would actually be the one.
I was sitting there. I got so afraid to laugh towards the end of the movie, but then all the cop chases started happening in the car in the air. I was like, as soon as it ended, I didn't even make it barely to the beginning of the credits. I was like, I gotta go.
Squeeka, imagine walking into a Subway and a white fat guy dressed head to toe in like Japanese ceremonial robes is behind the counter and is like, "You want the sandwich?" and pulls out and starts the sandwich with the samurai.
Oh my God, no!
Oh yeah.
And doing the
and then he's going to commit Harry Carey because he doesn't think that you're happy. So It's phenomenal. So before we get there, though, we do want to give some love for Paul. Yeah, Paul did have an early cameo or a little bit part here. So had the great quote. Them tucking in the napkins.
Right there.
It's Paul Rubens, man. Paul Rubens. Oh.
Guys, this movie made me laugh more than Kung Fury. Just saying.
Oh, okay. Then here's what I wanted to get to. Squeaker brought it up a minute ago. I had to go circle back around to it. So the bar. Okay, so yeah, we don't have the right kind. So we have both kinds of music here. We have country and Western. A quote that most people know. We don't know where it comes from. And full confession, I actually did a wedding and the thing broke. So we actually sang Rawhide for about 4 minutes because we didn't know how to fix the technology back in the day. We disconnected.
Nice.
And we're just singing Rawhide with a friend of mine who was like, we're just going to, I said, you just could do the moving in, move them out part. I'll do everything else. Just, we got to stall. We got to unplug everything and plug it back in. Hope for the best. Oh, yeah.
And then when he grabs the whip, y'all, he's like, there's just a random whip. Right?
Yeah.
I'm like, wait a minute.
Random whip. It's a country Western bar. Of course there's a whip. Yeah.
I wasn't born. But it was just like, I was like, where's he going? That's not a whip. Oh my God, it's a whip, y'all.
Oh, yeah. So
it's fantastic. They sneak in. They're like, yeah, no, we're totally the band you guys are supposed to be having coming out today. Never mind it, guys. Don't worry about this list. That's just suggestions. We're just gonna do our own set here. Yeah, these guys are totally be down with rhythm and blues.
Oh,
and like the scenes where they're like doing "Stand by Your Man" and all the people are hugging, and that one dude by himself, he's all sad.
Yeah. Country Western for you, man.
Country bar without some dude crying.
Oh, Snorty, you bad polar bear, you.
Oh my.
Those lights are off for
yeah,
a reason.
there's some allusion to that even in the regular cut, but yeah, there's a director's cut, a little bit more of that kind of stuff. So yeah, very, very definitely for sure. So yeah, it doesn't really get old talking about the Yahtzees. Like it's and their stupidity that they end up at Wrigley Field and they don't even address the fact that they've been doing this guy's so good.
I like the fact they end up here and he goes, he's bound to make a mistake sometime. I'm like, the irony.
Yes.
Well, one of the things that I love about this is you've come like, okay, anybody who watches this movie now that wasn't alive then is going to go, wait a minute. They were socialists? Yes, they clearly state exactly what their goal is at the beginning of the movie. I wonder what present day socialists are doing that. Why are they calling everybody Yahtzees? Could it be that they are Yahtzees?
Well, it's great because this is from an era in which the best idea was let's put them on full display, let's make fun of them and not just use it as a label to throw out at people.
Yep.
They're here to be made fun of. It takes away the power.
You can't do that now.
And then they just drove right through them, and they were like, I loved how they acquired this mass of people chasing after them. That was my favorite part.
Yeah,
and it's
imagine,
like, you took care of the cops.
Everywhere they go, they wind up finding more people that hate them.
Imagine trying to pitch to the script like, well, who's chasing at them? Well, it's the regular police, it's the state police, it's a country western band, the owner of the country western bar. The Illinois group of Nazis and white socialists. Yeah.
And Carrie Fisher.
The army. Jake's jilted ex-girlfriend. Yeah. So
Beyonce.
We just keep going.
Beyonce. They were supposed to get married and left her at the altar. That's why she was so pissed.
They rolled up in those tanks. I was like, yes, there's tanks now. Yes. I love this movie.
They're rappelling down the sides of the building, and everything is blocked off except for just everything. The one entrance to the building just has all the vending machines in front of it.
I think they kept saying hut, 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 hut,
hut.
Yeah, that's what it made. That's the way to say it made us kids think that's what SWAT teams did when they rappelled down buildings and such. They all ran around.
Who was the chick in the fancy car that he stood up? Who was that? Supposed to be just somebody he stood up?
Well, her name in real life is Twiggy, so she's a
Yes.
famous personality from that era as well. Just a great, glorious cameo among others.
She'd be like the Kim Kardashian.
This is another one,
famous for who knows what.
Yeah. This is the voice of Yoda.
Frank Oz.
One
Frank Oz,
unused
baby.
prophylactic. One.
Yeah, one prophylactic, one
Used.
soiled. Did you say
Soiled.
soiled, right?
Soiled.
Oh, I laughed a lot more when we were watching this too. Sorry, I feel like I'm revisiting this, guys.
This is how cool Hollywood used to be, though, is that you'd get something like this, and unless you like knew, you just, oh, it's just some dude. No, that's Yoda. That's Frank Oz. That's him and oh god, Jim Henson. Those are my two favorite puppeteers, marionette guys of all time. Is Frank Oz and Jim Henson. They were the very best. I know we've got more, but those were the two guys that you wanted to make your puppets and your show and make Muppets great again. Damn it!
Oh, it's lost.
He knows.
For now. Yep. Yeah. It's good stuff. Good stuff. So yeah, this one never ends with the sort of like shenanigans and fun stuff to enjoy. It doesn't really get old, Squeeka. I think this is the glory of a film like this. I think you're going to the same kind of thing, kind of with Dragnet as well, but this is on scale of how much bigger. There's so many cameos, so many little bit parts, so many little things that happen. It's crazy.
Well, but the cameos, I don't even know like half of these people, and so the cameos isn't what it was about for me. It was just so freaking fun. It was like every moment is a wild adventure, and it's so beautifully done. From the I'm a musical, I'm not a musical, to I'm a comedy, but I'm kind of not a comedy, but I am really a comedy. But my cinematography is amazing. This part, we're in a truck. What car is this? 55.
And they got permission to drive over 100 miles an hour under the L. So that's actually a shot, and they had to have a special stunt team come in. It's crazy. This movie's nuts.
And the number of cars this movie went through. Oh my God. Oh, the hill where they're going.
Oh yeah. This was the record holder for cars for a while. It got brokers in the mall. Going through the mall. There's 13 Bluesmobiles.
Oh, the Oldsmobile's coming out early this year. They got the Olds out early.
They brought all these stuff back in. Yeah. Yeah. Definitely good stuff.
Squeeka, I get the feeling that in the next few weeks, the next few days, you're going to go back, you're going to start just going back on YouTube and like, I want to hear this song again. You want to go back to this performance and go back to this part, that part. It's a movie that you'll often find yourself just going back to, like, just let me see another little snippet of this, and it makes you just want to go rewatch the movie again.
I totally want to get the soundtrack. I really do. Like, because I love blues anyways. I'm somewhere I have some blues CDs, but I will watch this. This is gonna be like, I'm probably gonna watch it once a month movie. Like, not kidding.
I tore that. So this for me again, this came out in 80, so it's kind of always existed in my life. So my first version of this was a cassette tape, and I tore that cassette tape up. I listened to it start to finish over and over again. Just loved it. Then ended up down the rabbit hole like we were talking about. Well, okay, well, who is James Brown? Who is Cab Calloway? I'm like 11 years old. I'm like 10, 11 years old. So it's like, wait a minute. All right, so I get more Aretha. There's more than what my mom had in that, because mom had records. We didn't have full cassette tapes or anything like that. So it's like, oh wait, there's 6 more albums out here I need to go buy. So yeah, such good stuff for sure. Yeah, this is one that Squeaka would know. Joe Walsh, famous performer as well, is one of the performers in there. So yeah, cameo by Steven Spielberg. I paused on that photo earlier and moved on from it. I didn't want to circle back, but yeah, the famous director, of course. Then there's great photos here on Ironcaster. I knew you would enjoy the love of this, so I was waiting for Loki to get back, but we'll at least show one. Just on set, Carrie Fisher and John Belushi, and yeah, we'll go through a couple of these. I'll get them together.
So just the wholesome, endearing moments.
In between Coke binges, I think.
Yeah, Dan totally doesn't look like he's strung out there.
Oh, Dan's. Yeah, they're always flying. These guys are just
for real. So this isn't just a joke. Like they really
no,
were.
no, yeah,
Time?
really. Like they
Oh.
feel like they were performing better when they were. Obviously, Belushi passes away a few years later because of the overdose, and it's. I mean, obviously, there's a famous photos and stories about Carrie Fisher. She has a long pinky nail in photos because of her coke use. So if you look closely at certain photos, you can see that she has this one pinky nail that's way longer than anything else, and that was so she would do coke with her pinky nail. So
yeah, it was the 80s.
Yeah, and for them, it was just a Tuesday.
It was just a Tuesday.
Yeah. This I don't know that you guys know for sure. Japanese poster, I guess. This is amazing.
Ooh.
I would love to have that. That is wicked. They're basically dancing on top of the piled cars, Squeeka. Look at
Oh
that.
my gosh.
Look at that.
Yes. That's amazing.
That is crazy cool.
Yeah, but would you also be a little sad that that scene doesn't happen in the movie, assuming you go into it having never seen it?
It happens metaphorically. I'm okay. This was the Americanized version, I guess. We got like them, quite literally. The show that really hits the road, it says. Yeah. Very good stuff. That's different flyers. They had this sort of thing. I don't think I've ever even seen some of these posters in real life. I know Squeaka's never heard the story. I don't know if IRONCASTER has. So back in college, I ended up having my own little card and comic book store, and I kind of co-owned it with my parents. So they had like crafts and stuff they sold. So I had this booth and this massive booth in this flea market area in the 90s. That's what I did. So I flipped all that stuff, made extra money, kind of fed my own personal collection. And I was right across the aisle from a giant poster guy. He sold posters, and I mean, thousands of posters. So I learned so much more about movies. Obviously, this is the prime time of my life where I can go down the rabbit hole, start watching movies like this for myself. But it also just like opened the door to like all these different things I didn't know anything about. I didn't know Japanese cinema. I didn't really know about, a lot of that kind of stuff until then. So, but yeah, I got to go back to those other ones we were showing with behind the scenes so we could get Loki looped in. Yeah, Loki, we were enjoying some of the behind.
Aww.
Here they are meeting Wendy.
The boys, man. Those two cats were absolutely nuts.
Yeah.
I was lucky enough to grow up with parents that watched SNL when John Belushi was still alive, Dan Aykroyd was still there, and all of them, Eddie Murphy, and getting to hear about all that and see it when it was on, or all that was just great.
Yeah, I agree. I was fortunate in hindsight too that was part of my life and more culture, and encouraged. Like,
yeah,
I didn't have
Animal
a lot of
House.
Judgment. Yeah, just was
All
like,
of it.
okay. And then during the summers, of course, I could stay up till middle of the night. I could watch a lot of these SNL reruns and stuff like that. So, but let's get some love, man. Scott Westbrook, man, thank you so much. Scott's been a big supporter since the get-go on Pops, and he's a cool dude, man. Be safe out there, brother. It's a great movie. Not just in the comedy musical classification. Love this panel. Thank you, man. Thank you so much. And we couldn't agree more. Comedy, musical. And I got to be honest, it's one of those things I always forget to say, Loki, whenever we talk about, hey, do you like musicals? Or I don't like musicals. I got to start making sure I correct the record here with include the old Blues Brothers.
Speaking of record
music,
that's OG. This is OG. This is not re-release. This is original.
Yeah.
This is I absolutely, dude. Anything these boys are in, I'm like, and the music's always great. The music's always so good. It doesn't get better than this.
Yeah, that movie's crazy too.
I watched that one too. Is it crazier than Blues Brothers? Because I mean, this movie so far is Oh my goodness, this movie.
It's crazy.
What happened?
What are
here?
you making noises about?
There we go.
Animal
you have not
House.
seen Animal House.
I'm a zit. I'm a zit. So imagine John Belushi with a mouthful full of like mashed
We don't
potatoes.
want to tell her. We just want to. We'll just put it on the list. We'll just figure it out.
And he's literally like,
Squeeka.
I'm a zit.
We need to have Beard film your reaction just for us.
Oh, I was. I was dancing. I was laughing. This movie, guys. This movie's. It's at least $7 in quarters. Like it's at least. I love this movie, y'all. I love this movie.
All right. R.I.P. to the Bluesmobile.
Oh,
Or when they got the Murphy and the Magic Tones and they crossed out the name and put the Blues Brothers on the side. Oh. Yes, Slasher Fred, you know, I've always loved you.
I've always loved you. Yes. Oh, we're out of it. All right, show's complete.
she's snorting.
She snorted. All right, folks. Oh, still going. All hail. Our work here is done. Our work here is done. Talk Hard might even give it a little piss jitters. Just saying. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see.
Sorry.
All right. Yeah.
Oh, I love this movie.
That's good. Oh, I wanted to show Loki that poster. This is epic.
Yeah.
That Japanese poster. That's wicked.
They knew how to make posters back then too.
Yeah, man.
That is epic. I love that poster.
Yeah.
I've got the Japanese version of Star Wars. I've got the Japanese version of Godzilla. I'm gonna have to get the Japanese version of that now. Thank you so much. I'm gonna have to go on a poster hunt now.
Mm-hmm. I love encouraging all the crazy behaviors. I got a comic list update from you too, by the way. I gotta forget because I gotta try to go by the shop at some point. Get us caught up on Conan and the stuff we're enjoying. There's a
Really
few.
awesome.
It's short list. So.
Oh God, that scared me. Did you say hand out of nowhere? Sorry.
You look up in the corner right there. There are only 100 of those Thundercats posters like that. I love collecting posters. I've got too many posters. I don't have enough damn good frames for posters. But anything like that, I'm like, yeah, baby, I'm in. I want it. I want it. I need it. Oh baby, oh baby.
Yeah, I had to get rid of a lot of posters when I moved. I just don't have enough room. Just too much. Okay, this one had to get Squeeka because the gag is just delayed enough and it's not anything you can possibly see coming. It's so good.
Oh my God. Yes.
That is like masterful setup right there by a filmmaker. Just like this great moment. They get their way. They're in their hats, the sunglasses, in the sauna. Steve Lawrence is planned it up so perfectly. And then they pull away, and that's what you get for a payoff, man.
And they started piling down.
And see, this is why Squeeka. And for those of you who don't totally understand, we love having someone with these fresh eyes and such a bubbly personality about it, whatever, because this is why we get a little film snobbery when people talk about how good things are and whatever. Ironcaster goes, no, you haven't seen freaking Blues Brothers, man. You haven't seen the good stuff. You know what I mean?
This is amazing. It is,
Yeah.
and like I said, the cinematography is great too. Like, it's not just. I feel like newer comedies are just like how much bits can we cram in, and it's like it's not as well executed and so slick as this. It's so I just love this movie.
Well, the problem is, Squeeka, we don't get comedies.
Positively, no smoking.
yeah.
I love
Yeah. So I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, Ironcaster. You do your thing first, Ironcaster, then we get to the
Sorry.
gag because that's freaking gold.
Oh, my point I was getting was we haven't had comedies. Everything else has been like, falling in the shadow of superhero and these big tentpole films that have to be these big spectacle events. We couldn't get comedies. We can't get these cheap comedies that are there to laugh because, well, you might offend someone.
Yeah.
And here we're making fun of everyone.
We're making fun of everybody.
We're trying to dig deeper in finding comedies because, like, you can't get. Like, Blues Brothers is not an easy version to get digitally. Like, it's usually not less than about $8. It's not like it's a cheap one to own. You can't even get copies right now or stream easily, like Young Frankenstein or Johnny Dangerously. These movies are too edgy and they're kind of on lockdown. So Comedies is like that, and it's been this way for a long time. Even films that are not real edgy, they're just like they're not getting any respect. Like, Hollywood doesn't like to laugh, and they don't like the fact that we like stuff to laugh at. So, and yes, this is gold. The setup is so beautiful with the no smoking, no what or what. Then Elwood gets in the phone booth. Like, what are you doing? I'm making a call. I said, I'm making a call. And then it becomes, who are you going to call? They're not even letting you have a moment to realize what's going to happen. Because we have this long shot, and then we end up with the blowing the freaking thing up with the freaking bazooka. You had to have nearly peed yourself. I can't even imagine being in a room with Squeeka during this moment.
Well, like I said, the sign said positively no smoking, not like absolutely like no smoking and all. Just positively no smoking. I'm sorry. I just love the wording. There's one where it doesn't say positively on it, and I was so sad because it just said no smoking.
Squeeka, I have to be honest, you've made my day. I got snorts out of it. I got just
I didn't mean to. It's just this movie, man, made my day.
You've made my day. Fred, I cannot believe this is true. I did not know that. If I knew that, we would have had a commercial in our intro that didn't play because I don't know why, but I would have had that commercial. I will have that commercial in my repertoire of commercials. Definitely writing that down.
If you want to play that game, I can send it to you.
I don't want to play a game. I won't play a game. Just being honest. I'd rather watch the movie again. But yeah. Yeah, I know you guys are wanting me to game. I think I'm going to game when I'm retired. Like when I'm done, and I'm like truly retired. I'll just be like one of those people that just the computers. I'm just gaming for like 6 hours or something. I'll just be one of those ridiculous. Just guy, I have nothing else to do. I farmed early in the morning. She's happy. So here's the flame show. Oh my gosh!
Well,
so good.
once he's done on the farm, he'll go and live stream Farming Simulator.
Maybe
it'll get
Farmer
really
plays
quick.
Farming Simulator. That's a series.
That's awesome. Yeah. Yes, I'm down. I'm down for that.
Yeah, maybe. I think the other thing too, and I know this is I don't care how racist this is also. I really just don't care. You guys can go screw yourself if you get offended. But because I grew up in this little world, like I actually thought all this was like normal. Like the idea that these two white dudes wouldn't be cool hanging out with the black dudes and talking blues. I just thought this was all the normal stuff. So I got into college and some of this stuff was like, we were being told how inappropriate some of this stuff was. And I was like, you guys are just gonna screw yourself. I was like, this is not right. It's not how we lived. So I love this movie and it just feels somewhat connected to my upbringing. And maybe I was just poor and I was into sports and I just grew up around this world. And yeah, I loved it, man. And watching this now made me go back there at least a little bit for sure.
Well, this was my upbringing too. Like this is the kind of neighborhood I grew up in, and yeah,
Oh yeah, this shot.
I didn't see anything wrong with it either. I was like, yeah, it's like bringing me back to my room.
These shots, I could just so relate to these shots of these signs and stuff. This feel, the inner city feel, and all that. Murph and the Matchetones. Oh yeah, so good. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, awesome
if
stuff.
I mention how much I love this movie, y'all, like
not enough. Not enough.
Is this going to be on your yearly like rewatch now, Squeaker?
Every month, yo, every month.
Move over, Kung Fu Hustle. There's a new favorite comedy in town, baby.
Goodbye, Axe Gang. Hello, Illinois Yahtzees.
Yeah, baby.
I mean, that car.
Hidey, 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 hi.
Oh, and when they threw the scat in there, I was like,
Oh yeah.
oh yes, like this is the music I
Cab
grew up
Calloway.
on.
Yeah,
8 tracks. Oh yeah, contact me on your CB, and I'm like, I had a CB handle, y'all. Am I dating myself? I'm really old, y'all. But like,
How come
yes.
CBs haven't come back, man? CBs should come
Oh.
back, Loki. How do we get CBs back? That's
Okay, so CBs are a big trucker thing now, and they've got their own language. Trust me, I know. I used to be a truck driver. So when you're on the CB and you hear something like "back bear on your donkey over," well, that means that there is a state trooper up on your butt. Be careful because you got a state trooper on your ass and he's watching you. Black bear, which is the state trooper, on your donkey, which means on your ass, over. But once you understand the lingo, it doesn't ever go away. It's like listening to Boomhauer on King of the Hill. You just get that terminology. You start to understand what the hell they're talking about.
Hey boy, you got my cheese whiz. That part. Oh my god.
Boy, and he pulls it out and throws it to him.
Pulls it out.
Buddy.
I thought that was a euphemism, and then he threw a can of cheese whiz at him, and I was like, oh yes.
a euphemism.
Where did it? And that was like, I think after the building fell or something like that. Where did it come from?
It was before that. So it's when they're walking into his apartment.
That's right.
He's like, "You got my cheese whiz, boy," and he's like, "There you go, buddy."
They just
Thank you.
shot at with a rocket, and then they're like, oh, "Yeah, I got cheese whiz." Like, what? Where did he have this the whole time?
Well, everything's in that bag, man. He has everything in the bag. That's why he's going around and collecting things, and then like later on, he's got the glue in his bag, and he's like, "Oh, we do this," and because Elwood's like a genius. He's like a savant.
He gets those cans too. He gets the cans from work, the factory he worked at.
Yeah,
he sneaks 2 of those cans in his bag, and he's like, "Yoink."
Why do you think he always walks around with that briefcase, handcuffed to him? It's got everything. It's got everything he needs in it. His apartment blows up. He doesn't care because he's got the bag.
Yes. Oh, the freaking apartment blows up. There's bricks. It's great.
And
it's
oh my god, the toast in his pocket. The freaking toast. He buys the
yeah.
toaster and he just slides.
He just pulls it out and puts it in the toaster. Yeah.
What do you want?
I was like,
every detail.
You got any white toast?
Dry white toast.
Dry white toast.
Dry white toast. You want anything on that? No.
That is totally a prison thing. So if you don't know that, that is totally a prison thing. That's something that's left over from him being in prison. And they never acknowledge that. They never talk about that. The whole thing with like him over the griddle where he has that little springboard like set up for his toast that holds his toast. All that's prison shit. Because they couldn't have, it's not like you can have a damn oven in your room in prison, but you can have like a griddle. So if it's like an electric griddle, you could have those. There were guys that did all kinds of crazy stuff with hot water. So you can't have anything that boils anything. So you can't have like a coffee maker, but you can have a jug that you can plug into the wall that will warm the water. Well, one of the things those guys will do when they're in prison is they will take the heating element out of that. And I shit you not, they will build a kiln out of paper mache and shit they can make on their own. And they will build like an oven in their cells overnight so that they can take something like ramen. So they take dry ramen and they crush it and they flatten it out and make like a dough out of it. And they put it in that kiln overnight and they let it cook and turn it into like a pizza, whatever. It's called a spread. They come up with all kinds of ingenious shit like that. So what he was doing was something that was held over from when he was in prison with Jake.
Well, they do at least make a passing line where they're talking about the food, like, oh, the food there can't be all that bad. The Salisbury steak.
Oh right, yeah.
And,
talk about the different prisons and locations, right?
Yeah, and all 3 of them wind up saying, it can't be as bad as the meatloaf at this place or the Or the Salisbury steak over here.
Or
All I got
food
was a
loaf.
little waffle and some applesauce and a cereal. Man, I feel cheated for my experience in the Hooskow.
Squeeka, have you ever heard of food loaf?
Of who?
Food loaf.
Is that like a no?
Oh, you're gonna love this. So if you're in like solitary and they don't want to give you any like utensils or anything to mess with, and they just want to, okay, here's your required daily whatever, they will take whatever was made that day and literally like bake it into a loaf of bread. So you got your peas, your mashed potatoes, your meatloaf, whatever. It's all mixed into like a loaf, and they cook it in the ovens in the kitchen, and then they will give you that loaf. But it's everything all mixed into one loaf of
Yeah.
Oh,
You know, like
wow.
you've heard about
Wow.
gruel. You know what gruel is?
Yeah.
Yeah. So imagine gruel with like the rice and the noodles and all the crap, and they just kind of like mold it all together and throw it and bake it so it solidifies, and they serve that up. Now, this has been banned in a lot of states, but
Yes.
it was definitely a thing back in the day when this movie was made, for sure. 100%.
Wow.
food loaf. That's what you get. You get nothing but food loaf.
And I will say too, you know, the Blues Brothers doesn't get credit for this, and of course, there's a little bit of stories about this. But when Aykroyd wrote the script, 'cause he never wrote a script before, didn't even know how to write a script. He didn't even write the format. He just wrote. It was like 300 pages. It was like 5 hours a movie, but it's not really a movie script. It was like all the backstory of the Blues Brothers and the Bluesmobile, and he wrote basically this multi-page universe that they all played in, and then John made it in a couple weeks, made the script that we actually got. And I think the stories about their food in prison and all of that is what made it so great, because he just kind of went down that rabbit hole, probably on a coke binge, about where they were and what places they were in, and called some friends and new people and stories, and yeah, amazing, just amazing.
See, now I can't
behind the
think of him
scenes?
order that 5 chickens and a Coke. Now all I can think of is and a Coke,
Yeah.
4
to drink.
chickens and a Coke.
Oh, you should see the look at every restaurant we go to. Whenever I go, well, do you have Dr. Pepper? And they say no. Everyone just looks at me like, oh no, what have you done? You don't have anything for this? You don't have and usually my response is, you don't have regular Dr. Pepper? Like, I get that you don't have zero or diet like I drink, but you don't have regular Dr. Pepper? Loki's with me. I'll carry 2 at a time, man. I got them in pockets. I'll stock up when I find them, because I know people don't have them. So I get Loki a Coke, and I got like 3 Dr. Peppers in my freaking pocket pants. My wife's like, "What's wrong with you?" I said, "I got my belt on. I'll be all right." I might not be able to find more Dr. Peppers the rest of the day. You never know.
Sorry, we only have raspberry Dr. Pepper.
Ugh.
No, they never have anything like that. They'll just say, "We only have Diet Coke." I'm like, "Well, then you don't."
Yeah. Mr. Pibbs is great.
I like Mr. Pibb. I'm okay with Mr. Pibb. I used to can't find anything diet though, so that's the tricky side. Behind the scenes, look at the number of extras. Look at that. Isn't that great?
Scene.
That is epic, man. Look at that. Crew are always extras. Everyone's working, man. Close-up shot in the apartment. Working with Ray.
Oh my gosh.
Look at these ridiculous photos of the princess. God, I remember those chairs. Oh, those chairs.
Remember the chairs, the
aluminum chairs with the freaking plaid plastic straps.
And it was either green and white, or it was blue and white, or yellow and white.
Yeah.
It was always primary colors.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, okay. So, as a person who doesn't know much about Hollywood, why is Carrie Fisher a princess? Like, did she have like famous parents?
Yep, she came from like Hollywood royalty.
Okay, who's that?
Well, you know she's Star Wars, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay. So the Princess Leia thing. Okay, and then of course now, her parents. Go ahead, look. I'm sorry.
Oh, they were just famous in Hollywood. They were
Debbie Reynolds and Eddie Fisher.
They were Hollywood royalty. So she grew up in like the Hollywood royalty, which they didn't have a lot of back then. This wasn't something that was like, oh my God, there's all these like Hollywood kids running around. It wasn't as mainstream as it is now. So you had someone like that. They looked at that like, wow, they were born into, they're going to be an actor or an actress or yada, yada, yada. because their parents did something within Hollywood.
Mm.
Yeah,
Different
she would have
time.
been. She was one of those early second generation Hollywood actors.
Okie dokie.
And at this point we've gotten to that we've gone well into the third generation, possibly getting into the fourth at this point. But at this point we're starting to see the all that getting torn down because there's no appreciation for what came before.
That's right.
I think it's also we're in an age where they're so wealthy they don't want to do the work in Hollywood. Like they don't want to go to film classes. They don't want to do anything. They don't want to do the work. But Squeeka, you know who Frank Sinatra and stuff is, right? Dean Martin,
Yes.
Frank Sinatra, the
Yes.
Rat Pack, right?
Yes.
So Eddie
Yes.
Fisher is the guy we don't ever usually talk about. Eddie Fisher is the other guy. And he marries a famous actress named Debbie Reynolds. They're super beautiful people, of course, real famous because of that. And of course, Carrie Fisher grew up in that. Similar to Janet Leigh, the main.
The main.
I think we
Somebody.
lost him.
Uh-oh.
Wasn't like Drew Barrymore one of those people too? Wasn't her parents famous or something back in the day?
Yes.
I know nothing about actors.
That's probably for the best, in all honesty. 'Cause, I mean, we've seen too many of them like put themselves out there, and now we all kind of hate them.
Pops, are you there?
Yeah, I'm back.
Oh, he's back. Okay.
Yeah, the
I saw you
Barrymore
flash
family,
on
like an
the-
entire family for the Barrymores. Yeah. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of siblings and stuff. Yeah, so it's probably best to not know. You had ZBR popping in from overseas. Great to see you, brother. Hope you're doing better, man. Things are going good for you. So, all right, man. So I Squeak. I mean, this is you've propped this up so high. I assume your score is off the chart, and we can't wait to hear about the monthly rewatch.
The $7.25. That's my
That'll be
review.
$7.25.
It's not. I mean, it's equal to Kung Fu Hustle. I don't know if anything will ever replace Kung Fu Hustle, just because I've known it for so long and it holds so much for me. It just makes me smile just thinking about that movie. But this one is like up there. It's like neck and neck, if not on the same podium. Like, we'll make them tie for gold. But oh my god, this movie was such a wild ride. It's probably more wild for Beard because he had to participate in me watching it. But it was such a wild ride, y'all.
Well, then, Squeaka, would it be fair to say this is the best musical for you?
Oh, because see, it depends on what you mean by best musical. Like, because I like Epic the musical. It's not a show. It is really just a musical you listen to, but it's about the Odyssey, and it's so well done, and the way that the guy crafted it is so amazing. Epic the musical is still my favorite musical.
Well, was that a movie?
No, it's not a movie. It's literally just a musical written.
I guess I should clarify. Best musical movie.
I don't have a lot that Well,
I will say I have to admit that we need to talk about this movie more often in those conversations. I can't get past Wizard of Oz. Wizard of Oz is kind of my GOAT movie, but I have to put Blues Brothers right there in that same conversation with musicals.
This is way better than Wizard of Oz. Way better than Wizard of Oz. Like,
is it better than Grease?
Oh, heck
yeah, way better than Grease. Yeah, Grease is
heck
Grease is like suffering. I can't do Grease anymore. I'm done with that.
Heck yeah.
Blues Brothers doesn't get old. Ever get old.
No.
Yeah.
This is the best. I mean, Sister Act was pretty funny, not gonna lie. But
original or sequel?
I think I've only watched the first one.
Yeah, don't watch the second one.
I don't think I've watched the second one. I don't remember. I'm pretty sure I've only watched the first one. But as far as like random singing in movies goes, I think this is my favorite, hands down.
All right, I may have to see Ironcaster and Loki's face because I put it on the calendar already. I don't think you have to, Ironcaster, I'm pretty sure. Because of this movie, I knew how much she'd love it. I knew from her comments. I put on the calendar. Are you ready? Smokey and the Bandit.
I've actually seen that movie.
Oh. So good. We have to see it.
Wait. Squeaka's actually seen a movie?
I know something's wrong with the universe if she's actually seen it. So I don't know what's
We got
happening
a
over there.
long way to go.
Hey, I saw Kung Fu Hustle.
That's
I've
true.
seen some.
Bandit, run on, bandit, run.
I mean, to be fair, I've only seen probably half of it, but I've seen some of it. I saw the Smokey and the Bandit car when I went to Tennessee.
Yeah, very cool.
So, I touched it.
I think Loki's going to come down similar to myself. Ironcaster, how do you score and rank the old Blues Brothers experience?
This is something I've kind of been sitting and thinking about because I didn't get quite as many laughs out of this rewatch, but I enjoy it. I don't think it's not necessarily as funny a movie for me, but it is a fun one. I love the movie. I think it's fantastic to watch, but I don't get as much of the laughter out of it. For me, it's a solid 4 out of 5.
Unacceptable. I'm just kidding.
Gotta be like a 4.5, right?
Yeah, I'm with you there. 4.5. Yeah, I it's okay. I mean, if it doesn't make you laugh out loud, I mean, when you hear jokes they don't work the second time, that's fine. Each to each their own. You're just wrong. It's okay. It's okay to be wrong.
You're just
We'll have you back next week.
I have been rubbing off on Pops. It is confirmed.
Put him in the bottom where he belongs now. He's in the bottom.
Wait, I'm in the bottom
top,
too.
Squeeka needs her own category in the top, but I can't put anybody up there. I'll put her up there. It's appropriate to put her up there. There we go.
Just
all right.
Just for this, I'm gonna bring up clowns in the cornfield again.
All right, now you're gonna get put out. That's what's gonna happen. You start talking about clowns and you talk about cornfields, and next thing you know, be talking about sharks. Loki, how often? So you watch this with Eris. How often do you watch Blues Brothers? It's got to be annually at least.
It's an annual watch. Sometimes it's more than that. Sometimes I watch it more than once. I used to come home from work and get absolutely positively baked and watch this movie with friends all the time. This used to be maybe like a once a week, once every other week. It was like, what do you want to watch? We're on a mission from God. Okay, I agree. Let's go. And you just watched it. Is it as funny when you're not baked? I think it's funnier. So it's one of those movies you can watch absolutely positively baked out of your mind. It's one of those movies you can watch stone cold sober and still get the same experience out of. It's a 4.5 star for me. Mainly, it gets that extra 0.5 bump because of the rewatchability. I can watch this. I honestly, if you were like, you can only pick one movie to watch for the rest of your life, what's going to be? This would be in the running of possibilities.
Same. Oh, same.
That's true. Because other movies, even like sci-fi stuff that I love, this is still going to make me smile and laugh when I probably need it the most. Even though I may love other movies more than this movie, as far as the quality of the film, this one brings me so much joy and happiness. I got nostalgia love with this one, being a kid. Yeah, that's a good call. It's a really good call.
So, one more question for you guys about this. How does this rank for you guys as compared to the other SNL movies?
Oh, it's head and shoulders above almost everything else I can think of.
I think Animal House is the only one that comes close.
But it's not really an SNL movie. It was a, I mean, he's in it obviously, but that's a National Lampoon.
Yeah,
so it's not exactly SNL. This is more like a direct SNL. I mean, that's fine if you want to include it.
Well, National Lampoon's kind of like an arm of SNL anyway.
Yeah. But it was just
out of all
the best comedians out of the market. But
I'll just say, out of all the National Lampoon movies, this and Animal House are probably the two best too.
Well, the thing is, though, if you start including that, then you also got to go out in there and start putting into the list a bunch of the Adam Sandler movies, especially from the early era of his career.
This is still better than all those movies.
Yeah.
I think
no
this
offense.
is the only one I know other than National Lampoon's Christmas, which I just saw for the first time last Christmas.
Yeah.
So.
If we include that.
The only two that probably even come close, and they don't beat it, but they might come kind of close, is Billy Madison and Happy Gilmore. They're not as good as these movies, but they're in that league of I could watch that more than once. I love Billy Madison, the bathtub scene, the penguin singing, "Yeah, Mr. Penguin." All of that is just funny as shit. I will laugh my ass off. But I grew up listening to them. I grew up listening to his tapes. I grew up watching those movies. I grew up laughing my ass off. My dad didn't get it. He was like, "Who the hell cares what happened to the O'Doyles? O'Doyles rule!" And I cared about the O'Doyles, damn it. And he didn't get it, the end scene of Billy Madison where he's like, that is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. We're all now dumber having listened to it. He didn't get it. He didn't laugh at any of that, but I thought it was epic and hilarious. So
and plus that's been in so many YouTube videos now that it's been goated.
Oh, it's iconic. Yeah, it's past, it's transcended its origins. Yes.
But I guess to go back to what you were saying, Ironcaster, because SNL movies are usually about being like an alumni character that gets its own movie, like a Wayne's World type of thing. So based on that criteria, I don't think anything touches Blues Brothers. If you want to talk about, just because of the alumni were on SNL first, where we get into like National Lampoon stuff and all that, we kind of entered that rabbit hole. I mean, Happy Gilmore's fine, and I can put it slightly below this, but I think Christmas Vacation is probably the only one that would be in that category for me. I mean, I don't consider Planes, Trains, and Automobiles or anything like that. That's John Hughes. That's all separate. But yeah, this is all.
Well, would you count Christmas Vacation in that umbrella? Because, I mean, I can see the first Vacation movie, maybe even the second Vacation movie. But by the time Christmas Vacation come out, it had a legend all of its own because of the first two movies.
Well, I don't consider it an SNL alumni movie anyway, but that's okay. If you were trying to put National Lampoon in the same category with the SNL stuff, that's the only reason I brought it up. I couldn't agree more. I don't really treat them as the same. I consider SNL, this is being an SNL movie, meaning these are the characters from SNL that got their own movie. So Wayne's World being probably one of the biggest one. There are others. I mean, I don't know. Coneheads and the Roxbury guys, things like that. I mean, that's fine.
It's all Pat.
I don't know.
Do not remind me.
Yeah, I don't want to talk
that
about
they
Pat.
made a Pat movie.
Yeah, we only joke about Pat movies. When we talk about this.
No.
So yeah, this was this is definitely a GOAT film, even more so than I kind of remembered it to be, because just kind of I don't want to say it. I don't know. I just never like talk about it. So
should we do like SL September?
No.
Okay.
No. I already loaded up.
I want to do that one.
I already loaded up September. I called it September Shenanigans. So Ironcaster can pull up the list. I think I included Repo Man, which Ironcaster. Have you seen Repo Man?
I don't think so.
Let me
Loki,
see. Loki. He's not seen Repo Man.
Okay. So for September we have Smoking the Bandit, Repo Man, Super Troopers, and Weird Science.
Yeah. Shenanigans. That's what that is. That's September Shenanigans. Yeah.
But before all that, though,
anime.
Mm-hmm. Here we are.
We're there. I've been watching.
We need another movie for September. September has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Tuesdays.
Does it? Okay.
Yeah.
We forgot the first.
Oh, I didn't have anything on the first then. Okay. I don't know. We'll have to come up with something. I think we come up with something silly and fun. There's other things that are on the list, like Zoolander and stuff we could throw in there. So we'll figure it out. So, a beard, we're not. We're just not. So just stop. Don't.
What is that?
Oh no!
It's just bad. It's just bad. Don't let him dupe you into seeing that. So it's just bad.
Just to let you know, it got a Razzie.
What? Excuse me? Can you say that on this channel?
The Razzies are a award show for the worst films.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
Razzie translated to something else in Squeeka land. I'm a little concerned with what's happening to the show right now. All right, Beard, you and I will talk about that off the record another day, another time.
Nobody gives me the raspberry.
How dare he give me the raspberry?
Before we go, though, I want to because Loki, you did this great YouTube talk right before this. I appreciate that. That was super great. I got almost done, almost got caught up. But you gonna do? We got gaming later. What's going on?
I'm gonna do a test stream. I don't know if I'm gonna make it public or not. I've got like an hour in between. I was planning on going an hour and a half earlier, but by the time that hour was done, I was like, it's different when I'm by myself, because when I'm by myself, I'm a little bouncy ball that bounces around in like a confined space, and I don't stop for an hour. So after that, I'm like, so I was just lucky I had like 20 minutes before this show to go, okay, I can calm down now and chill out a little bit because I'm a hyperactive little bastard. And then I'm all burned out after that. I'm going to try because I've got Streamlabs OBS set up. I've got all my scenes set up. I'm just not sure how I'm going to do chat and all of that. So this is work in progress to, hey, I've got an hour at the end of the night. I'm going to play a game, hang out with everybody, chill, and give a little something extra, something to do at the end of the night.
Right.
Probably it will be public, but it might not be public. I don't know.
There you go.
Wait, what are you gonna play?
I'm going to play Elder Scrolls.
Fred, don't want to lie. Not going to be a talk hard. Ironcaster can review Fame. I'm not watching Fame again. It's fine. To each their own. You may love it. I got a lot of people do love it. I'm not doing that. It's cool. Do your thing. Ironcaster, you're gonna be on later.
Yep, should be on a t-shirt here in about an hour. We're gonna talk some geek stuff. Probably laugh at Wizards of the Coast again.
It's just making content for everybody. Appreciate their work. It's just god awful out there.
And it don't cost us a cent neither.
Yeah. Tomorrow is 2 reviews that have polar extremes. I'm going to review The Accountant 2. So if you watched The Accountant last week, give my take on the sequel. Did watch that already. My thoughts were. Give you my update on that. And the long-awaited, I don't know, some people are interested in watching getting my take on another Indian film. This one's called Kasari from 2019. So, yeah, my long-awaited review on this film. So there you go. That'll be tomorrow as I have to work in town. So it messes up my schedule. So
Did you hear about the sequel to Sifu? There's going to Sisu or whatever it is.
Sisu 2. More Sisu. I know there is something. I didn't want to read it because I didn't know what we spoiled or not. All I know is I can just make the world better by trying to get more people to watch Sisu. Because freaking, if I need a smile, Loki, it puts a smile on my face because it's so absurdly violent. It's so absurdly nuts. So,
are we watching Sisu?
We could probably watch it again. I'm so thrilled with Sisu.
Oh,
we did a talk hard on it, but we could do it again. I love Sisu so much. It's a Finnish film. Basically, Loki summed it up best. Rambo's grandpa found some gold and then has to fight off some Nazis who are trying to take it from him.
What? Oh, okay.
Yeah, Rambo's grandpa found some gold and he has to fight off the Nazis that are trying to steal it from him. What do you think, Loki? That's my pitch. I think it works great. So Sisu 2, ... I'm down. I got The Accountant 2. And so, be careful what we ask for. But yeah, we can have nice things. We can do okay. So, Squeeka, I got you to snort a few times. Got you to laugh. Beard got to laugh. Beard, you're welcome. That's all I can tell you, brother. You're welcome. He'll be back on with me here soon. We're going to talk about something. I got to get him all scheduled. He'll be back on here. So
yeah, hopefully things will straighten out and we'll start gaming again.
Oh, more snorting, more gaming. I know. Love it. Yeah, Zax. Yeah, we were in the Sisu camp from the get-go, Zax. We were like some of the OG Sisu fans. We're out there going, everybody should watch this movie. It's like RRR. We were some of the original RRR people. Like, get out there and watch this movie. So I need to do a rewatch of that too. I'll watch that.
I'll do a rewatch and then I'll come talk to you about my first time watch.
Yeah, I'll do it. We'll do it. You'll have a schedule.
It up. I'm free during the day.
Yeah, you'll have a free schedule soon. So I'll be locking the Squeeka down for a weekly show or something. I got to figure that out. That'd be great.
Well,
Squeeka School, Film School, Squeeka Film School. We should walk through. Yeah. Man, what a great Tuesday. What a great show. Great movie to talk about. Squeeka Snorts.
Amazing movie to talk about. I love this movie. Oh my God. I still can't believe I hadn't seen it before. I love this movie so much.
I I laugh every time at the absurdity of it all, and it just makes me know that other people who can laugh with it, just it's the best. It's good. It's good stuff. So
Squeaka, we wouldn't steer you wrong on a movie.
yes, we would.
You would. You
yeah,
would.
we would. But we're not yet. But next week we'll start anime, so we'll be back on that track talking about anime. So our first anime movie will be coming right at us, and then we'll be doing that. But yeah, everybody out there in chat, you guys are amazing. And I can't thank you enough for your generosity and your North Royal Scott. Many of you are members. Many of the other super chats and things. If I ever forgot to thank you, I just can't thank you enough. Making all this possible and doing this is such a blessing. And it's just great. Wish I could do more. Just try to keep on keeping on. Just turn the page and have fun. Hopefully, Loki, you can get your stream gun. It works out all right. And we just do our thing. Hang out together. So
thank you, Bobs.
Folks, next time. Hang on there. Be blessed. Talk hard. I don't have the thing skewed up. Hang on. Sorry, my button didn't work. There you go.
Bob Ross, you'll never see me tripping. Got the vision, I don't even need assistance. Bob Ross.